Hey everyone, my name is David, and I am the director of the documentary you're about to watch, which is called Walking Through the Mud. So you're about to witness the reality that we experience here at the David's Harp Foundation and the reality of the youth that we walk with. So we just want to welcome you to our community. It's not perfect, but it's full of love and it's real. So please sit back and enjoy. Well, hello everyone. My name is David. I am an instructor at the David's Harp Foundation. I'm also a former student turned instructor. Right now I'm at the park. I like to come here when I'm having a hard time being patient with the kids that we work with.
I get a little bit emotional thinking about David as a young person. I think sometimes we look at young people and expect for growth to happen in this time frame. That is our expectation, but that's just not reality.
When I was young and people were pouring into my life to help me by giving me internships, and I would do it for a while, and then I would end up coming back to this park, getting into fights, getting drunk, smoking. Now I'm here teaching kids music in juvenile hall and all these things, but I think it's important because the people that were pouring into my life didn't give up on me, even though I came back to this park 10, 20 times. They understood that it was a process.
If you're not willing to walk through that, things that they've learned from people in just broken situations, the drug use, the profanity, the homelessness, the abuse, the misogyny, the issues and struggles that they're dealing with, then you don't really love them.
You have to be patient. The same way people were patient with me when I kept coming back here, they stick by my side, and it took a while, but it happened. Through this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of us walking them through the mud.
Born with less, but we made it work. Real life hustlers. Against all odds, our mama fed us through the calendar. We were surrounded by the smugglers, the dealers, and the customers. OT for the cemetery shovelers. These ghetto birds made sure we had no dreams. And they wonder why we use our school desk to sleep. My homie just deceased, I don't want to go to school. It's hard for me to focus in my grades, see I'm a fool.
When we founded the David's Harp Foundation, I knew music was a really, really powerful tool. But I never would have imagined that it would have been powerful enough to help young people navigate successfully through the justice system.
My name is Joseph Mack, and I'm the Director of Programs for the David's Harp Foundation. We take mobile studio backpacks inside East Mesa Juvenile Detention Facility. So we invested a lot in these backpacks to show these young men that they're worth it, because it gives them an opportunity to see something different, to do something different, so that the trajectory is different. Those backpacks are backpacks full of hope, more than anything.
Hey, I'm Rashad Graham. I am the manager of instruction here at the David's Harp Foundation. Well, in these heavy backpacks are tools to meet these kids where they are. And so we use these tools to give a glimpse of hope. You know, these tools allow these kids to be, for that moment, to be free. It's a moment that they totally forget that they have a rival sitting right next to them. So much so it's almost like they're family now, like, you know? So that's what's in these backpacks.
When I first met Brandon and Joseph, and we were exploring bringing David's Harp in, you know, it was different. Bringing people in from the outside wasn't something that always happened. Of course, the school was there, but then bringing in different programs. So I saw a change not only in the kids and how they responded, but also in the staff and just kind of how you could see the kids in a different light being an officer. When you see them doing something really natural and that they enjoy and they're having fun doing it. Because you're not seeing that defiance that a lot of times that you see when they're doing something that they're really interested in. So I think bringing in David's Harp when I was at East Mesa with the help of the school was pivotal.
This was something that had not been done before within the institution, and it would also require students moving from place to place, serving as student teacher. When this all came together and with such remarkable outcomes in seeing students graduate, seeing them with that certificate of completion from the internship model and the pride, and seeing students that had never accomplished anything like this. There was not a dry eye in the house at that event, I recall.
So it's been a long process with Delore. I remember sitting down at the taco shop with him and him telling me kind of his history and how he got to San Diego. Delore was actually originally from Alaska, from Juneau, Alaska, and his mom came out to San Diego with his siblings, you know, just to get a new start. And unfortunately, once they got here, one of his siblings ended up passing away. And so from the age of 12, 13, Delore was in and out of juvenile hall, just because circumstances and, you know, the allure of gangs locally and all that stuff. That's just where he was. The ins and outs of gangs and incarceration, they're kind of tied together for Delore, unfortunately. But it's just amazing to see somebody make a decision to try again, right? Even though he had some issues and struggles, he would keep trying, and that's really why I'm proud of him.
I remember when I first started working with Delore, it was difficult for my heart to see Delore to be in and out of juvenile hall and jail. That was difficult. And I kept looking at it like there was something wrong with me, and the things he was able to endure were probably more than most could actually handle. Delore managed to work, get his first paycheck, graduated high school.
He completed high school?
He's done. He's done.
Done.
We just turned in the last assignment. All while being homeless, his mother being incarcerated, and his brother being incarcerated.
So after about 6 or 7 months in the program, Delore had a run-in at the trolley station and was incarcerated again. I remember when we got that phone call, everybody was down. Like, we were all just walking in the mud with Delore, you know, like really, really cheering him on to do better. And so when we got that phone call that he was reincarcerated, it really hurt. It really hurt.
Hey, Joe, this is Delore's mother. I have Delore on the phone. He wanted me to reach out to you and Brandon, just let you know that he misses you guys and he definitely wants to come back to work and get back in the swing of things. So anyway, you have my number. Stay in touch, okay, and be blessed. Right now, Delore is in George Bailey, right, son?
Yeah, George Bailey, 1A. I have court on Tuesday, which is December 3rd.
Okay, he has court the 3rd at 9 a.m. If you can make it, you can. If not, just keep my son in your prayers, please. Stay blessed.
It's like not what you want to hear. Knowing that the young man that you've been working with and rocking with, and just knowing that, you know, he had a setback. But that phone call from his mom made me feel like she said, you know, we're family. It just made me extremely grateful for my relationship that I have with Delore.
Right now, I'm headed to a court date for a young man that's in our program. And it's a heavy day because we all love this young man and we know him well, and he slipped up and made a mistake. And that happens. Sometimes when you look at programs or, you know, success, you see success stories, but you don't really know what it takes to get to that space. And success is never linear for any of us. And it's especially not linear for our little brothers that are in the juvenile justice space. So here we are. Your support allows me today to go be present for this young man. And his parents can't even be there, right? There's not gonna be anybody in that courtroom today but me. Without your support, that's not possible. So, I thank you today for your support. And because it really does empower work that's allowing young people to have opportunities to transition from where they were to where they're going.
Bro, where you be staying at, bro? Like, keep it real with me. Like, you been sleeping outside? You sleeping at the homie's car or the homie's pad?
Fluctuates every day, to be honest, but mainly just in the streets. Yes.
Yeah, that's tough.
My brother just got out of jail not that long ago. You feel me? So I'm happy about that. But just like the longest I've been out since I was 16. This is the longest I've been out.
Were you able to get a job when you got released?
I've been applying to multiple jobs, 7-Eleven, McDonald's, You know it's bad when McDonald's don't even take you.
Delora, man, I love you, brother. I really do, man. I've seen you go through a lot in these last couple years, but I believe in you. I really do. I believe that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. And I also just want you to know that there's always an open door for you, man, right here. No matter what's going on, you can always call. You even on the wall, brother, look. Ah, there he is. I love you, man. I'm proud of you.
Now, I don't know who could actually handle that, but I do know that that young man is special, which is why I continue to go to work every single day for young people like that.
So this Dolores story was so close to not making it to this film. It was really hard to catch Dolores, sit him down and interview him to finish the story. And honestly, I had lost hope. I was like, yeah, it's not done. I'm not gonna add it. And Dolores is always working, or he's just here and there, or he doesn't have a phone. So it's really hard to get a hold of him. But just when I was about to call it quits, I get a call from Dolores asking me to take him somewhere. And I'm just gonna show you what happened. The fact that Dolores allowed me to be a part of that moment really meant a lot to me, because it recharged me. Sometimes I feel like we forget that we go through what we go through so we can have these happy moments. We go through a lot of negativity, and sometimes we forget that there is even happy moments. So, I'm honored to be a part of that. You feel me? It gave me hope and strength to keep walking through the mud with my homies, because we're all in this together. We're a community, we're a family.
The judge wouldn't judge us if we stepped inside her shoes. We became the abusers. We got tired of being abused. No food in the fridge, my mama had it unplugged. The only one making money in the ghetto was the plug. No father in our lives, so we look up to the neighbors. They're all drug dealers, but they gave their moms paper. We realized moms don't cry when there's food on the table. So selling drugs to us came like a no-brainer.
I remember sitting there when you was I don't remember what court trial, what case it was or whatever, but when they was talking about like you was either gonna run or you wasn't gonna run, and we was sitting in there waiting for court to start.
In court, and they took me in. They took me in. Aw. Yeah.
You didn't know what was gonna happen, but you didn't run.
Yeah.
Look, She's like, don't remind me of that
That
crap.
wasn't fun. Y'all dragged me in there. I knew I was going in.
You had like, what, 40?
It was 60 days only.
No, you had 40 AWOLs or something crazy. You had
Oh,
like 43
yeah,
AWOLs.
yeah. It was a lot.
It's great to be able to laugh now with Olivia about, you know, her being AWOL'd for 40 days. But at the time, that was a stressful situation. We knew that she was gonna be incarcerated. Like you went in, you did that time and you came back out.
And it's like, I did good because you guys were there for me through everything. You guys didn't only want to know about my problems. You guys would tell us about your problems first, you know, about your struggles that you guys are going through. So it's like, I felt like I could open up, you know, like I was like, all right, this is someone real right here I can trust. And they're really here to help me. It's a big help that somebody knew what I was going through. Because I felt like I wasn't going through it alone.
You weren't.
You know, like,
I am Olivia's CASA, her court-appointed special advocate. Olivia and I met in January of 2015. At that time, she was 16 years old and living in a group home in North County, San Diego. Olivia transferred to a couple different group homes. She AWOL'd pretty consistently, and it just was a pretty unsettling time for her.
I believe I was 15, maybe 16 when I first met the David's Harp, and I remember my CASA had mentioned it to me, and she knew how much I loved music and how much I was into it, and I used it as my therapy.
There was a 6-week class on Saturday mornings at the David's Harp Foundation studio in the East Village, and foster youth and their CASAs could attend for 2 hours every Saturday.
And we all sit down and we have our daily meetings where we all talk about how we feel. If you want to, if not, it's cool, you could pass.
It was amazing. At the end of that first session, we said goodbye to everybody, kind of turned our backs and just took a couple steps. We were still in the same room as everyone, and Olivia turned to me and she said, "I love you so much, thanks for bringing me here." And I think I turned to her and I was like, "We're still in the building, you can't say that yet." But then we left, and she was like, "I can't wait to come back. We're coming back next week, right?" And so we did come back, and we came back every Saturday until that summer.
Journeying with Olivia over the past 5 years has really been an honor. It's been a pleasure watching her go from not being in school to the principal's honor roll, from just struggling with addiction back and forth and always getting back up in the justice system, and then the birth of baby Isaiah, her son. I mean, we just been through a lot together. And so now to learn that Olivia is packing her family up to move to Coos Bay, Oregon, where she can have a better shot at a brighter future, it's amazing, man. I'm so proud of her. Like, I'm proud to know her.
That's why I know this next journey is gonna be dope.
It's gonna be, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to go. Like, you know, I'm sad, you know, because I'm leaving all you guys behind. I'm gonna miss you all. But then again, it's not a goodbye. I see it as it's not a goodbye. I'm gonna come back. I'm real excited about it.
Yeah, fresh start.
Yeah. When I get there, you know, it's a small town, so you know I'm gonna introduce myself to everybody, you know. But I'm gonna be with the right people. I'm gonna do things differently this time, you know. I'm gonna get into the right mix, you know. I'm gonna look for daycare, you know, like find a good job, you know, and stick around with my uncle, just hang around with him because he got knowledge. He's been through it. He was in the hood and he got out the hood, you know.
All right, so we're pulling up to Coos Bay, Oregon right now. Super excited to see Livy. Man, it's crazy. It's been a little bit, but man, we're here. We made it. It's a long trip, but 16 hours of driving, 2 planes. It's just crazy.
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to meet you. What's up?
I'm gonna cry.
How you doing? What's up, Zay?
Hey, I know you're crying.
Where do you get this kid right here?
He said no.
Where's he going?
Isaiah, come here. Come here.
Look, there he is.
Oh!
Who's that? Look at your goddaddy.
What's up, boy?
He's gonna cry too. It's okay. I've been good, you know, just, it was a 2-day drive. It was really long. Like, I got my baby in the back of my car and I'm doing it, I'm going, yeah. And when I came here, I stood right here with my aunt and uncle, I looked at the view and I was like, that's it, like, this is it, you know? It's time, you know? Just come here, oh, baby. Come on, up, come here. My aunt and uncle, they don't have kids, you know, but it's like they're teaching me a lot. I'm a single parent, you know, and they help me with him. They give me knowledge. I've grown so much within these 4 months being here. Every day he tells me everything real, like he real talk every day, you know, we'll sit. He lets me know that he's not trying to control my life. He's trying to guide me, you know, the way so I could just go around all the trouble that he had to go through, you know, and he's a good coach. He's a good guy. He's on it.
I grew up with Olivia's sister. I was part of the chaos that Olivia grew up in. She would be Isaiah's age, and I would be going to her house and getting high and doing drugs. And I remember it so vividly, just like her walking around with a blanket sucking on her thumb while we're going to the back of the room to go smoke dope, and she's just out in the living room by herself. Nobody's watching her because, you know, we had things to do. We had to go get high. I felt responsible for how she grew up and what the environment she grew up in. I've been clean since 2012. I was in a position to help her out, so I did. She got a job, she's got her permit, she's growing, her baby's growing, she's learning about bills, she's growing up, she understands like how to budget her money a little bit. She still like just goes and burns it, like, oh, let's go drop $300 at Ross, okay, let's go. And I gotta get on her on a daily. I have to get on her just because I know how easy it is to fall backwards. I mean, you're only a pipette away from losing everything you got.
If I didn't move, honestly, I think I would just be on drugs. When I was trying to stop, Eunice was a very, very, very huge help for me. Eunice was the one who actually helped me actually stop. We used to go to a restaurant and we would sit there and we would cry. She would cry with me and we would cry and she would cry and tell me like, don't stop, keep going, you know, that it'll soon pass, you know, and
just a lot of hard moments together. It's hard when you love someone to see them hurt and to still encourage them on, I think you see their potential. You see who they can be in the future now, even if they can't. And I've always seen that in Olivia. She's such a loving, loyal, really smart young lady. And I think the things that try to define her are, she's changing the definitions for her life. And I'm just really honored to have the opportunity to be in her life in the good times and in these hard, really, really hard moments. So
So my goal right now is to just get my driver's license to make it official, get the house, And I want to fix it up because he has a little garage right there on the side. I was thinking of fixing that up and making it a little studio area for me, you know, so I can have a place of my own to just, you know, my meditation area. You know, music has always been my meditation, you know. My music is my emotions, it's my therapy, it's my peace, you know. And it's like every time I just feel something, like any type of way, sad, excited, mad, you know, I'll just grab my pen and paper, put my headphones on, and just start going, you know. And at the end, I'm just like, music is just my therapy. That's all I can say. It's my life. It's my life. I'm blessed. Yes, my love. I want him to grow up in a house, in one house, and have memories in that house with me, you know, with family, you know. I'm gonna have better memories, right? It's just I'm in the healing process right now, you know, but things will get better.
I don't even cry, I just take another sip. I don't even cry, I just take another hit. I don't even cry, I just write about it. I grab a pen and write a song or a letter to the pen. Oh God, forgive our wrongs, cause we're running out of sense. Take us out the mud, give us a pair of wings. We've been living so fast and we know the end is near. But what's the point of crying when nobody hear your tears?
So the first time I met Jay Sean was in juvenile hall. I actually ended up walking into the unit, and immediately what I noticed about him was his demeanor and how he was able to influence young people in that space to just chill out, right?
Him and his sister, you know, they both were abandoned by their mom, you know, and when they both were born, 6 weeks old, you know. Since they've been living here, which was 2010, their mom has been here twice.
And then when he got out, he actually came into the studio through the Achievement Center with South Bay Community Services. Really amazing to see the relationship between David and Jay Sean, how that further deepened. And it started with music and conversation, but it turned into much more than that.
Okay, so I'm at George Bailey Detention Facility, County Jail. I'm here to visit my friend Jay Jean. This right here is a visitation sheet. Me and Jay Jean do something pretty cool. I take one of these inside, and by the time I come out, it's going to be filled up with lyrics and thoughts. He tells me what to write through the glass, and I write it over here, and it's a way for him to express himself. You'll see how this ends up. Alright, so I just came from inside. As you can see, this visitation sheet has thoughts now. So we turn those thoughts into lyrics. So I'm gonna read you some of these lyrics. And it says, "The clock is ticking, I can't wait to go outside. I hate these bars, but I'm glad that I'm alive. I'm the youngest in my unit, but there's no fear in my eyes. I got a new tattoo, it says only the strong survive. I'm navigating politics, a wrong move and I die. I don't even know why, but it's at the other side. My dog's going to the pen, so they're leaving me alone. But even when I'm with them, I feel I'm on my own. I gotta pay for my sins, cause that's part of being grown. If I get a second shot, then I swear I'll right my wrongs. The DA say I'm evil, I need a letter from my coach. There's good inside my heart, I just took the wrong approach. There's good inside my heart, but there's gang in my block, in the Glock, and so they never outline me in chalk. My uncle's praying for me, my homies praying for me. God forgive me for my sins and please never ignore me." It's important to do things like this because, like I said before, we don't give up on people just because they slip. Because if that were the case, I wouldn't be here, honestly, if somebody gave up on me because I slipped. So, you know, this dude is my brother. Doesn't matter that he's black and I'm Hispanic, he's my brother. And I do this because I love him.
When I go there, I hate leaving him, you know. That's my boy, you know. The glass. Nobody wants me behind that glass. I'm just hoping that when this is done, that it's done and he, you know, tries to do something for himself, you know.
What's happening with you, fool?
Yeah, nah, this is chilling.
What's up with it though? Did you get your commissary?
Yeah, I got my shit, yeah, I did.
What you end up getting?
You know, I'm munching out of shit, I got a whole bunch of shit.
Hey, I got another video that you're gonna help me with, fool.
You got another video?
Yeah, 2 more are coming, so I'm gonna need your help to write the scripts.
Yeah, you know, I'm with it.
Alright, say less.
Yeah, but shit, you know, whenever you can come, bro, just come, you know? Alright, for sure, but shit, you know, I'm just trying to check in and shit, you doing good?
I'm doing alright, bro. You feel me? Ups and downs and whatnot, but we'll catch up when I pull up.
Hell yeah, bro, hell yeah. Well, shit, I'm gonna see you soon then, bro.
I got you fully.
Alright, I love you, bro.
Alright, good looking for the call, bro. Hey, life is good. I'm in George Bailey right now. I'm about to visit my friend Jay John, and I was 2 minutes late for the cutoff, right? Like you have to be 30 minutes in, so I pulled up at 8:32 instead of 8:30, and they weren't gonna let me in, but the lady was like, you know what? I got you this time, so she let me in. You feel me? So I'm going in. I got my visitation sheet. Same deal as all the time. We're gonna write some lyrics, and it's gonna be dope. That's how I like to spend my weekends, man. Okay, so it's Friday, it's visitation day for me, and I'm about to see Jay John. I have my visitation sheet right here. We was there for like an hour and 30 minutes until the sheriff pulled up, like get back inside and all that. I'm gonna pull up next week, we're gonna write another verse and so on and so forth. We're gonna keep it cracking like that. Hey, I saw my brother today for like a whole 2 hours. So no Jay Jean today. They canceled all visitations. I guess something happened inside the facility and that happened. So hey, until next time, I guess. So visitations to George Bailey are canceled until further notice. I don't know when they're gonna open up again, but I know for a fact that I'm gonna miss the holidays, so I won't be able to see my bro for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So yeah, that's whack, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
I think the hardest thing sometimes about walking with people through systems is that you have no control. You really have no control over what's going on. Sometimes it feels like even the people inside the system, and there's some good people inside the system, that they don't really have control either, right? It feels kind of like kind of arbitrary. We understand COVID, we understand stuff's going on, but it's a helpless feeling. And if you've never experienced the feeling of having to navigate a system, even to just go to see and visit somebody that you love, if you've never had that experience, it's very, very, very difficult. But yeah, so even though we're here and we can't go visit, and David can't go in and finish this song, there's still something to be said about being present, and even when you can't go in, there's something to be said about being present, and it speaks volumes that you would continue to try. So yeah,
I think that through this process I learned a really valuable lesson, and that lesson is that when I'm walking through the mud with the people I love, I'm not in control of anything. It's their process, not my process. And I have to walk at their pace. And it's hard, it's a hard pill to swallow, right? Like, I'm not in control of the decisions they take. I'm not in control of the system. George Bailey can shut down whenever they want. So, I don't know, it's funny because I feel like I already knew that, because when I was young, I knew people weren't in control of my decisions. But it's the first time that I'm on the other end of things, you know? So the only thing I'm in control of is my efforts to waking up every day and walking through with the people I love, like keep pushing it, you know? So that's all I'm in control of. And all we can do is just keep walking through the mud with the little homies and the little homegirls. That's what we do, we're a family, you feel me? That's what family do for each other.
He said I never graduated when I look at my diploma. They said I'd be dead or in jail, oh, thank you, Jehovah. They said I'd be dead broke unless I robbed or moved coke. I was raised to think POCs are nothing but jokes. But I just pay my mama bills with a check from Sony. I'm 21 with a company and my business is my trophy. I just sell race $500,000 for a not-for-profit. When cops harass me, they find business cards in my pockets. I just came from East Mesa, I was riding with kids. I just came from Kearney Mesa, I was producing some hits. I just came from GRF, I was jamming with my sis. I just came from George Bailey, actually, from writing this script. I just got a call from my little sis thanking me for all I done. She left her abusive man, she remembered what we sung. I don't know where I will be without the help and all the love. So shout out to the people that walked me through the mud.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
First and foremost, just right out of the gate, tell me a little bit about why you decided to direct this film. And I just want to warm up. We'll get to the real questions, but I just want to have a conversation first. Like, what is this? I know it's for the bag, but I mean, like...
Nah, it's not necessarily for, well, I mean, yeah, like, well, it was for a computer now that, as in today, but
right.
I don't know, man. To be honest, I feel like, I don't know, like all the people involved, like I legitimately love. So I see them as normal people. And I do feel like they've been dehumanized almost. Like, oh, they're just thugs or criminals or lock them up or they shouldn't have joy because they made mistakes. So they deserve to suffer in jail or outside and all that. So I feel like since I know them on a personal level, I know what brings them joy. I know somewhat of their past and why they act a certain type of way. So I was like, if I know, then everyone should know.
That's good. So you had the opportunity to follow a couple different stories. Which one did you learn the most from?
Honestly, from all the three stories, I feel like I learned differently from each one of them. From Livy, I learned that resilience can actually beat something so huge as addiction. Because I have a brother that he's addicted to crystal, and he has a kid, 2 kids now, and he still doesn't want to quit it. So to me, I always thought like, oh, if you get hooked on drugs, especially a drug like crystal, it's over. But with the Livy situation, I don't know, like the love provided by Eunice, you, Brandon, her uncle Tony, like love was able to almost like interfere between her and her addiction and then her son. So I learned that consistent love and support is so strong that it can really beat drug addiction and really help people that have been victims of the system their whole life, pretty much. Then from the lore, it was weird because at first since it was kind of hard to get him to come back and stuff, I was like, I feel like I learned that you gotta let go. Like when people don't want to get help, you just can't help them. But I still love him. He's still my friend. I still want to see him at the park where he kicks it. But after him meeting with his mom, man, that thing that was crazy because I had just gotten news that some of the other people that I love, like from the program and stuff, like they're still on the same. So I was like, almost like, not losing faith, but it was like, man, it's gonna be a whole lot of pain and struggle before you get to see the answers. And I was like, I wasn't gonna quit, but I was like, I'm just an autopilot. Like, I don't even wanna feel what's coming next. Like I was afraid of what's coming next. You know, is somebody gonna die? Somebody gonna go back to jail? And then seeing the Lord hug his mom, like that just healed that whole like situation where it's like, this is why we do what we do. Like, the bigger picture is them changing their life or whatever, but those small victories, like you have to celebrate those because they're like little beams of light and like, you know, the negativity and stuff. So I did learn that from the Lord. Like, I don't know, man, like I needed to see that. Like the small things are steps that uplift people.
Yeah. Hope.
Yeah, it's hope for sure. Seeing the Lord hug his mom was hope, not only for him, but for me and for everyone else that is around. And then from Jay Jean, uh, I don't know, man, but I learned that it's kind of crazy because with Jay Jean, like we got along pretty well during the program and all that, but I don't know. I learned a couple things. I guess the biggest thing that I learned, number one, is that when you walk with people, you're not in control of anything. You know, I had to schedule a visitation and go see him in jail. Sometimes they would cancel the visitation. Sometimes I would forget because I have a time frame to do that. Like, it's all these like bumps that make it hard for you to go see and support these people. But if you just keep trying and trying and trying, like it's going to happen. And we wrote 4 like really good verses through a glass. And it's crazy that I'm gonna say this, but as we're writing and kicking it, you almost forget that there's a glass in front of you. You know what I mean? Because you're dialed in that you forget, and then it comes back to you, and instead of it being hurtful, it's like, this glass don't mean nothing. Like we're over here, you know, being family or whatever. And the other thing that I learned is that authentic love is just doesn't make sense to people because the simple fact that he's Black and not Mexican. Like, people were like, what? How is this your brother? Like, why are you showing so much love? Like, what's going on? You feel me? So I saw that in different layers with my own mom, with the officers outside trying to check me every time I go see him. Like, why are you here? But why are you here? So I got to witness that. So it's special because it's unbelievable.
Why did you decide to use camera phone footage?
The camera phone was important for me because I think that it's easier to keep it 100 in front of a camera phone than a real camera, especially because if you're really documenting it, you're not gonna carry a camera with you everywhere you go. The camera phone was, I have a camera in my phone. So I'm outside George Bailey and I'm feeling a certain type of way. I'm angry, I'm sad because I miss my brother. I pull out my phone and it's just in the moment. Like, this is how I feel. And, I told everyone to do the same because I wanted it to be as transparent and raw as possible because the justice system is not like, kids in cages is not cute at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna decorate it with high quality cameras and all these lights and forget about that, bro. Like, the camera phone is an everyday thing. And this is their everyday, this is my everyday, this is Joe's everyday. So I don't want people to look at this and be like, oh, like, look at all this planning and make it dramatic. Hell no. Like, I want you to, this is how it looks in real life, so you're gonna look at it through this lens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody to, I want you to feel like you open your phone and I'm in your social media and you're looking at me the same way you look at your auntie or your cousin or your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to feel like we're that close, because we're all humans. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to look at it like this, as if you was looking at a story on your Instagram, because we're not 100 miles away. We're a freeway away, you know what I'm saying, on the other side. So that was important for me.
And so this is an important question. What did you learn about yourself?
I think what I learned about myself was that if you're authentic with people and you really tap into those authentic feelings and you stop caring about, all these rules and all these politics and all these things that you learn, if you just rock with people and you love people, it's not only gonna help them, but it's gonna heal you. Because like I said, seeing the Lord hug his mom, like that thing healed me. And I realized that seeing other people happy makes you happier than you would think, or seeing Livy with her baby and her uncle, that was healing for sure. Mm-hmm. And then the conversations that I had with Jay Jean, where I was like, I don't even know why I keep coming. Like, I mean, I know that I love him, but my soul is just asking me to keep pulling up. But I learned that giving him the time to free his mind and be happy, it just gave me a different type of like happiness, you know what I'm saying? Like selfless happiness. Like, I'm glad that he's happy, even if it's for 2 hours or 30 minutes or whatever. So I learned that really being there for people is just, I don't know, man, like the reward is bigger than anything you could get for yourself,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if that's the answer you wanted, but
Yeah. Just kind of hit me like the last time that I interviewed you like this, you were a kid.
for real?
Yeah. We were on the stage downstairs and I interviewed you just like this. And you were a kid. You were 16. And man, it's a trip. Because like it's amazing to watch you love people. It's pretty cool. Because at the time there wasn't you were selfish.
Hell yeah.
I mean, and that's expected, you know, it was you're 16. But like to watch you transition into and really turn the corner as a man is something that it's powerful. It really is. It's really powerful. It's like interviewing a whole different person. So what do you think is next?
I don't know. I guess the next thing will be just keep humanizing the people that I love, because it's insane that some people don't look at them like humans. You know what I mean? Like if we're humans, we hurt and we love, and it's clear that these people hurt and love. So why look at them different? You know, we all make mistakes. So the next thing that I really want to do is take that to the next level, as in not only include other people, but like for real, humanize these people. Like, I don't care who you from, how much money you make. I want you to look at this and be like, damn, I used to feel like that. Perhaps the scenario was different, but I used to feel like that. So that's next. And then, of course, I want to make a soundtrack of their life. And honestly, for them, like, I want to make a song that Livy can play and remember that I love her, that everyone at DHF loves her. I want to make a song for Jay Jean so he knows that we got his back. And so he knows that he has more family than the one he signed up for. You feel me? So, and for Delora, the same thing. Like, there's people here that love you, bro, and we're not gonna judge you. Like, we love you, that's it. So, you know, I'm blessed that all of them are music people. So I want to bring them along and make something cool and show people that, you know, there's vibrancy out here. It's not just thugs and losers and, you know what I mean, criminals and all that. For real, for real.
That's dope. What do you think is next for David's Harp in Juvenile Hall and outside of Juvenile Hall?
What's next for David's Harp and Juvenile Hall? Keep building relationships. I can't tell you like from a program perspective, but from a human perspective, it's just get down with the little homies, like for real, because I miss them and I know they miss us for real. So I would love to be able to get deeper into like the music side. Like, I want you to write about your life, bro. Like, for real. So I want that. But I think what I want the most from Juvenile Hall is to just be able to be more present for the little homies, because, you know, we're so used to keeping this like frame, like this I'm from the streets frame and all that. And that's cool and everything, but you know, you don't gotta do that with me or with us. Like, we really wanna get down. Like, I know they hurting because I was hurting, so let's get to the bottom of it, you feel me? Let's ride our way up to healing type situation. For outside of Juvenile Hall, honestly, it's probably just open the space for the little homies to be able to pull up, because being outside, you're going to get involved in what you were involved in, because that's just what's around you. If you picked it up once, you're gonna pick it up twice. So just being able to let them pull up and be creative and do what they want to do, honestly. I think everyone likes music. I think that most people rather be in the studio than outside in the streets. So just be able to provide that platform for them. And then the support as friends, you know, because to me, they're my little friends, honestly. So I grew up around the environment they're growing up. So I know, and I remember what it's like to make decisions, like, you know, and the peer pressure and all that. So I want them to be able to pull up. Like, the only peer pressure here is for you to win. Like, I'm not gonna peer pressure you to do nothing crazy. I'm gonna peer pressure you for you to win and make your mama proud type situation. So that's next for them to be out. Like, just us showing them love and being their friends as much as we can, you know? hope you guys enjoyed the documentary. I'm just gonna be straightforward. I'm gonna ask you guys to support the work and help the David's Harp Foundation in any way you can, because we really wanna keep helping the little homies and the young ladies that we serve. And it's hard, it really is hard, but it's worth it, you know? And we can't do it alone. All these stories, it takes a community to change them from negative to positive. And you guys are that community, so, you know, there's more ladies out there like Livy, more young men like Jajon and Delore, and they need help. So, with that being said, you are not walking through the mud with us and them. So you're stuck.